Good morning, and how are you? You are now watching the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and of course, as always, this is brought to you by DTC Communications, and of course, with our sincere thanks, because it gives us the opportunity to introduce you to people in the community, new businesses, lots of events, which we have lots of events, and one of the things that I kind of wanted to tell you about was it is Christmas time in Woodbury, and some of our past events, the weather decided that they weren't going to let us do them the way we wanted to, and I don't have any control over that. So the country Christmas, we had great things planned. We had to cancel most of them, not all of them, because of lots of rain. But you know what? We still had tons of shoppers. Santa did show up. He had to come. He was going to come in his sleigh, but he ended up riding in with the police chief and him and the Grinch. So they all made it there. But we took over 100 pictures, or people did, with their kids, adults, and we had one dog that showed up. And because of his age, Santa decided he was going to take a picture with him. My name is Carolyn Motley. As you all probably well know by now, my co-host is Keith Reddy, and he works for the Courier, and we just had a blast from our neighboring
rock quarries, right?
from our neighboring rock quarry, if you wondered what that noise was. Okay, Keith, you were there for the Christmas thing. What do you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, once again, rain affected it, but
you got to play the music
yeah, I got
anyway.
to play the music. We listened to some Def Leppard Christmas songs. Have you ever heard Def Leppard do a Christmas song?
No, I have not.
Well, they did one. And then I got, have you ever heard of a band called Nightwish before? They are more of a heavy metal deathcore band. But they had a lead singer by the name of Tarja. Yeah, you did, because you said, boy, I love that song. What's the name of that one? And it was by this female lead singer by the name of Tarja. She used to be in the band, and she made her own new Christmas CD. So we played some songs from there. And people were asking me about it all the time. Like, who is that? Is that Def Leppard? Yeah, it was. So there you go. He's a musician, by the way. That's the reason why I'm asking him. Well,
you would have heard something new had you been there.
That's right.
Now, Saturday, the stores are open, and we did have some things planned for Saturday. However, it was worse on Saturday than it was on Friday night. I have a gentleman here with me today that his group was going to perform on that Saturday, and it was too bad to bring out the sound equipment.
Oh.
I have Daxton here with me, and Daxton is one of the, he's known as the killer in the band Jingle, Rattle, and Roll, which we'll be performing here.
That's not the band. You already forgot, didn't you?
What?
Well, the band is Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and our event coming up is
Jingle, Rattle, and Roll. I didn't forget.
We didn't want to confuse. That's just our holiday special.
Okay.
Look, basically, you go 6 months Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and the other 6 months you go Jingle, Rattle, and Roll. Is that
No,
what it is?
just 1 month.
No,
You
yeah,
get rid of
I'm not
Shake
one
and
of
bring in
those.
Jingle.
I'm not one of those. I save Christmas for
I got you.
Christmas.
Okay. Not Christmas in July, but
Yeah, yeah.
okay, I got you.
I don't mind Christmas in July, but this is a band you don't want to miss. And when are you playing, Daxton?
We are playing December 20th through the 22nd here at the Art Center of Cannon County, and that'll be Friday and Saturday night at 7:30 and Sunday matinee at 2.
There you go. And if you haven't seen them before, you have missed something. So listen, they'll keep you jived up all the way through Christmas. You've got to come see this show. It's really great.
And
it is.
If you miss it, you can always record us. We'll be Channel 4 at 11 o'clock on December 16th. We'll be on Today in Nashville? Yeah, Today in Nashville.
Great.
We'll be
Performing.
Interview and performance.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And who are your fellow members?
Well, we have Stephen Hardy, who does Johnny Cash, and then we've got Justin Foster, who does Elvis, and Jacob Miller, who plays guitar and is very good at playing guitar. And Dylan Miller, who's our drummer.
I was going to say, there's another one that,
Yeah, oh yeah. Can't forget about
I don't know
Rimshot,
if
as we call
Dylan, what's his name?
Rimshot.
Okay,
He had to have a name too, so
okay.
we'll give him that one. But,
Well, that works, but if you haven't seen them, then get your tickets. The tickets are what?
well, you can go to the Art Center website at artcenterofcc.com or call 615-563-2787, or we just recently launched a website, which is shakerattlerolltn.com. And so you can access tickets for the show at the Art Center and other venues that we have booked for next year.
well, good.
Yeah, we're going to some different venues next year.
Where are you touring next year at?
At the moment, we've got the Art Center again in October, Capitol Theater in Lebanon,
Okay.
Princess Theater, South Pittsburgh, and then in Gallatin, Palace Theater.
So you're taking like the theater type route tour, the
Yes.
theater tour.
We've noticed that's kind of our audience. They kind of
So we're throwing Jingle out and we're going shake, rattle, and roll, leaving Jingle behind,
Yeah.
bringing Rimshot in.
Only-
This is confusing. No,
No,
I'm
it
kidding. I'm
isn't.
not. It's
Rimshot's
not.
always
No, it
been.
isn't.
Yeah, okay.
It's shake, rattle, and roll. It's just in Christmas,
Yes.
they're jingle, rattle, and roll.
Might have made that more confusing. I don't know.
And
When-
I have
well,
made that.
You know, in Christmas is in the future, are you going to continue to do this with other venues possibly, or?
That's what we're thinking. We were going to book a Christmas show next year, but
That's cool.
we haven't yet. So if anybody's looking.
Well, there you go. How can you pass that up? You won't be sorry, because if you advertise it right and get the word out there, you will sell out. And I guarantee you that most of these will be selling out. Most of these shows will.
Well, at the moment, Friday is very close, and so Saturday and Sunday is probably your best bet.
And Sunday is a matinee. The other shows are at 7:30, but Sunday is a matinee at 2 o'clock. And you still have some tickets for that one.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay, that may be my time.
Well, the closer we get, the less.
The
they'll
more
be.
they will
So,
sell out.
It's not a type of show up and go in kind of thing, because I feel like a lot of people have done that, and so you definitely have to get them before.
No.
Just a forewarning.
You won't walk in that night and get them. I guarantee you that. You won't. But that's okay, because all you got to do is call. And they also take credit cards, and
Yeah.
you can get them that way. So you don't want to miss it. This is something fun for you to do. Okay, Daxton, anything else you want to tell us?
Well, I can update you on what's happening at the Art Center coming
Well,
up.
that'll be fine.
We have Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, December 5th through the 14th. That's our kids show, so it's about an hour long. It's based on the novel by C.S. Lewis, and it'll be, you'll only be able to come on the 7th and the 14th if you're not with the school, though. So,
Right, that's when the adults can come watch it,
yeah,
too.
and that'll be at 2 o'clock. Both those are Saturdays. And then after that is our concert, and after that will be starting of the 2020 season with Fiddler on the Roof.
And I did want to mention that we are coming up on 40-year anniversary for the Art Center in 2020. And that's amazing to think. I can't even believe the Art Center's been here for 40 years.
Well, the building has been here for 30, but as together as a group, we've been together since 1980 or
80.
so. Yeah.
Because they used to have the plays over at the old Veterans Gym in the basement.
Yes, when it was the Cannon County Playhouse.
It was. And now they have, this is a great facility, a lot bigger than what you think. There's music lessons that are given here, dance lessons, lots of different things that the Art Center gets involved with. But I did want to tell you too, they have a gift shop. And so if you're looking for someone a gift that has everything, I can guarantee you they have things here they don't have. So you need to come in and shop with them. Also, I think a great gift is a season pass to the 2020 series, the 2020 series. It's $65 and you get 6 shows, right, Dexter?
Yes, there'd be Fiddler on the Roof, Honky Tonk Angels, which is all, it's kind of a jukebox musical kind of thing, playing
I like
honky tonk
that.
songs.
like
Matilda,
everything.
the musical, kind of like from the movie. Wedding Singer, the musical, which is, like from the movie. Wait Until Dark, and then a show we cannot say until January,
Oh, okay.
to be announced.
Well, I was going to ask you.
Maybe behind the camera.
It's close.
Can we put it on DTC when we get in January? Will it be out in time? Will the announcement be allowed in time?
I'm unsure.
Okay.
I don't want to be the one to.
He's not going to
So
commit.
everybody just go ahead and start doing your drum roll, and we'll try to have it here
Well,
next
that
month.
won't be till next
Yeah. Taping.
December,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh yeah, it'll be.
I got
to
you.
be announced as in
Oh, wow,
December
you're going to make us
2020.
wait that long?
Well, no, we can announce it in January.
Oh, okay. I'm just giving you a hard
When I first looked at the card, it had TBA on there, and I thought,
What's
well, I'm not
TBA?
familiar with that. I thought, well, I'm not familiar with that. And then I thought, oh, shoot, that's to be announced. So they're going to keep you in suspense. But that's still, whatever it is, even if you don't know and you want to buy that as a Christmas gift, that's a great Christmas gift. You don't get entertainment for $6, I mean, for $10 anywhere anymore.
It's
I don't
something around
believe.
that, yeah.
That's what it would
It's much
average out,
cheaper to
just
get
about.
the
Oh,
season
yeah.
tickets, yeah.
Especially live quality
Yes,
entertainment.
yes, it is quality. Thank you. It is. Okay, Jingle, Rattle, and Roll, and once again, that's going to be the 21st,
Huh?
20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Yeah.
And the 22nd will be the matinee. So that's a Sunday. What else are you going to do on the 22nd in the afternoon at 2 o'clock? You want to come see that show? Okay, Daxton, you're welcome to sit with us, but I know you're on duty. Daxton also works at the Art Center, so.
Yes,
So
I have
we
a
thank
call
you.
to make, but
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for coming aboard.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, the next gentleman I have up here is a new business that we have in Cannon County, and we like new businesses. I have Jerry Gabriel. And Jerry, you and your wife, how long have you and Jennifer lived here?
Approximately 8 years.
So you're not really new, but the business is new.
Yeah.
And they're very multifaceted. He does a lot more, but right now you have a bed and breakfast,
Yeah, we have Airbnb
right,
up by Short Mountain.
in the Short Mountain area on 91 Chumley Road. But you also do, as we just heard, I didn't know about the music thing, but you also do a lot of other, you do art.
Yes. Yeah, my wife as well. We're both artists and musicians. We're both singers. And my wife paints. She's pretty good with a brush. And I sculpt wood.
All right.
And I make wall art and some furniture. And Airbnb was just an extension of that. I actually started building a shop. And it was going to be my studio for music and for art. And, well, I started building it, and I thought, well, how much would it be to put a second floor? So I put a second floor, and we put a 2-bedroom apartment up there. And it took, well, since I built it myself, with
Right.
the help of my drummer,
Took a while.
3 years
Oh, okay.
to complete it from start to finish.
Well, that's not unusual for a do-it-yourself.
And it finished a few months ago, and we've been renting it frequently.
But you do most of it through Airbnb.
Yeah, mostly through
But
Airbnb.
you will, if someone called me and said, we need a place to stay because we're going to a wedding at the distillery, you would consider renting to them if
Absolutely.
it was
We
empty.
can offer discounts even through the Airbnb site. You know, if you reserve it, as soon as we get a reserve notice, which is what you do when you Airbnb, someone hits reserve, we can contact them and we can give them a discount. You know, if they're referred from a friend or from here, we can give them a discount on the rate and they can save a lot of money, you know, especially since the Airbnb has 2 bedrooms and there's a futon in the living room and a sofa. So the 1 bedroom has a bunk bed that I built myself because I couldn't find a nice one out there in the market. So I was like, I'm just going to build it myself. And downstairs in the wood shop, yeah. And it has a bunk bed in 1 room, and then there's a queen-size bed in the master bedroom. And it's a big open plan living room, kitchen, dining room. And the walls are covered with our artwork.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. We put her paintings and my woodcraft. And
Now, when they say bed and breakfast, you don't really go out and cook breakfast, do you?
no.
Okay,
No,
but
but-
you do have a kitchen available, and do you supply anything like juice or donuts or?
Well, it's a full house.
Okay.
It's an apartment. It has a full kitchen. Everything is in there. Most Airbnbs, you supply all the pots and pans and silverware. Everything you would need is there. People do come and cook. You know, it's convenient. My wife is a good cook, and we have made food for guests. We had some guests coming in from Cleveland that were going to Bonnaroo, and they stayed for 4 or 5 days. And they were coming in late every night after the show, and my wife thought, oh, let me make them a pan of lasagna. So she made them a homemade pan of lasagna. They loved it.
Well, good.
And we often do, you know, put some juices and snacks and fruits and
Yeah.
little things to make it feel nice when you come in, you know. I think
Okay.
it's the little touches that make a big
It
difference.
does.
Yeah.
That is good. And you know, we have an inn in Woodbury, and luckily she stays booked up most of the time, and especially if something's going on. So another bed and breakfast is great, because I run into this. A lot of people have weddings and things at the distillery, and this is fairly close. And twice I've had to send people to outside of our county to be able to stay somewhere close to the distillery because their weddings were being there. And this is just down the road.
Yeah. Well, it's all about the country, too.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
Cannon County is a beautiful place. The rolling hills, there's lots of parks close by. The distillery is a really nice place to visit, and they have a great restaurant there. We have 15 acres, mostly, which is woods. We have a spring that never stops running at the back of our property, and we've cut a road to it so it's a nice walk to this beautiful crystal clear stream, which is where we get our water. So at our Airbnb, we have spring water right to the tap.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a nice setting. Beautiful sunrises from the deck out front. And on a spacious property, we have a jacuzzi in the back and a gazebo and paths through the woods. So if you're into the country and you like the country setting,
Hike.
you can hike on the property.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that area. There I am. Short Mountain's beautiful.
It is. It's a
We had a
gorgeous
man
place.
that visited here from Scotland one time. He had family that lived here, but he came in, and he spent most of his time on Short Mountain because he said he thought that was God's country up there. He did.
Well, it's a pretty place in the country. I'm originally from New York, my wife and I. We lived in California for a long time. And then we were looking for a nice place to be as we get older and hopefully retire here. I looked all over the country.
How did you find Woodbury?
Well, I had a cousin who was already living here.
Okay.
She's related to the Blantons,
Okay.
which is an old
I'm
family.
familiar with them.
Right, and the Partons, which I think
Okay.
is a distant relative of Dolly, right? Anyway, I came and visited once to help him do some building on his property, and I just fell in love with how pretty it is here.
Yeah.
It reminds me of upstate New York, the rolling hills, the huge trees. It's just
Yeah.
really pretty. But I looked at, oh gosh, 15 cities across the United States to where I was going to move from California, because California is extremely expensive and it's getting dirty, and there's a lot of crime, and
My sister lives there.
yeah, it's. So I wanted to go somewhere like.
They have a lot of fires, too.
Yeah, like the fires, the devastating fires they're having now. But I looked all over, and when I found this place, a short mountain area, I found this beautiful piece of property, inexpensive, it needed work, but I'm not afraid of that. And over the last several years, we've done a lot of work. We put in a vineyard, an orchard. We're planning to put in some greenhouses this year or the next.
I've always wanted to do that. I have.
We make wine.
And if I ever retire, maybe I will, if I'm able.
Grapes are pretty easy. Making wine's not so easy. The first few years I tried to make wine, I made really good vinegar.
I'm not a real wine drinker. I'm not a
technique's
connoisseur.
getting better. And my wife and I, like I said, we're both musicians. We have I'm in a local band called Monkey Wrench, and we play local events, private parties, and big biker events. We do classic rock. And you can find that as a Facebook page for Monkey Wrench, the band, TN. But the Airbnb also has its own. Our little farm is called Gabriel Gardens, and you can find it on Facebook under Gabriel Gardens, or you can go Airbnb. And on Airbnb, I believe it is newly built, brand new built with old country charm.
That looks very pretty.
And there's a lot of pictures in there that you can see what it looks like. Some of the furniture I made myself, and I made the counters in the kitchen out of a cherry tree I chopped down in the backyard.
I don't know when you have time for this, but you have another job, don't you?
I do. I'm actually a nurse.
That's what I thought.
I'm an emergency room
I
nurse.
don't know how you squeeze that in there, but
That's why it took 3 years to build. Yeah, only on my days off. I worked at River Park for the first 7 years I was here in McMinnville in the emergency room. In California, I worked at UCLA and some of the bigger emergency rooms, trauma and emergency. The last year, I've been working at the VA.
okay.
So now I help aging and ill veterans with severe problems. And it's more rewarding. I mean, it's rewarding to work in the ER, but it's also very fast-paced, and I'm not 20 anymore.
And it's not always, I mean, there's some really sad times in the ER and trauma, aren't there?
Yeah, well, I've told people I can't count how many times I've saved lives
Right, and that's a
over the
good
last 20
thing.
years.
Yeah,
But I also couldn't count how many times I
you
couldn't.
lost them, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. But
I have a granddaughter that has just started in the trauma unit
oh, good.
in Murfreesboro, so yeah, she's kind of learning.
You learn more in the first year as a nurse than you do in all the years studying to become one.
Right, I'm
It
sure
is.
that's true.
And my
I'm
wife
sure
is a
that's
truck
true.
driver.
I knew that too.
Yeah,
And if you've ever met Jennifer, she's so funny and she's got such a good sense of humor. And somehow I could picture her as a truck driver. I could.
well, she's 6 foot tall.
Well, not because of that, but I mean, just if you talk to her.
Yeah, she's got that personality.
She does.
She's a New Yorker right down to her core.
Not afraid of anything.
No, not at all. In fact, she's almost on her way to California right now. I think she's getting close to Arizona.
Right.
She had to take a job.
But she doesn't drive with a trailer, does she? She drives,
No, yeah, she did for years.
Yeah.
She delivered for Averitt, and she worked for
yeah,
Nissan
my husband
and
worked for
delivered
Averitt
parts.
too.
But now she found a job where she actually delivers new vehicles. So somebody might live in Washington State and can find a better deal in Nashville.
Yeah,
She drives the tractor trailer from Nashville, bobtails, which is driving without a trailer, just
Right.
a tractor in front, all the way across the United States, and she'll deliver it.
well,
Yeah, and she does very well,
she told me she did.
She enjoys it.
She's very interesting. She is.
That's why I married her.
There you go. Well, she speaks highly of you too, Terry.
Well,
I just thought I'd tell you
I
that.
think she's biased.
I do too. Or she's lying, I don't know. I didn't mean that. They're both fun. I like talking to both of them. Was there anything else you want to tell us, Jerry?
Well,
Don't tell me of something else you do, because I've got you playing in a band, making furniture, an artist, working in trauma, and you're also building furniture and
making wine.
making wine that doesn't taste very good, but
Well, the latest
It tastes
batches are
like
much
vinegar.
better.
Gotcha, yeah.
I've gotten better over the years. It's gotten better. Yeah, I mean, we, at the Airbnb, we take groups or singles if people want to come down and need a place to stay. We had this one couple that just wanted to, they were from McMinnville, and they just wanted to get away from the kids. I swear. So they rented the place just so that her and her husband can have a little getaway, a little romantic getaway. And we gave them a special deal since it was just the two of them, you know. We've had, you can look up on Airbnb under Brand New Built with Country Charm, and there's reviews. Also, like I said, we're putting in greenhouses so that we're going to expand the farm. And Monkey Wrench, the band, we're playing at Cowboy Up, which is in McMinnville on January 4th. Come on down and see us.
Oh, no.
I think it's free to get in.
Okay. Now, how many people, when you say groups, how many people do you have that you limit? What's your limit?
Well, we don't like to limit people, but 5 to 7, you could literally probably sleep 8 in there.
Gotcha.
There are that many beds with the bunk beds and the
couch.
the fold down futon and the couch next to it. But you could put 7 people in there very comfortably,
Yeah.
and there's plenty of seating.
And it is detached from your house, right?
Yeah, it's a completely separate building, full Wi-Fi. Everything is brand new. Like I said, we just finished it a couple months ago, and I saved quite a bit of money building it all myself, you know, because I basically built it paycheck by paycheck. Buy some materials, build a
Well,
little
we
more.
all know how that goes, don't we?
Yeah, but it's beautiful. I'm proud of it, and it's doing very well right now.
Well, good. Oh, I think it will. I think there's a need for it here.
And, well, yeah, and the Cannon County is such a beautiful place. I mean, there's so much to offer, everything from the caves and Cumberland Caverns and Bluegrass Underground, which you can go to a concert there, and the distillery, the art, the plays they have here. I've been to a couple of the plays here, and they're done very well. The productions are really good. It's a very nice theater. If you haven't seen it, you should come down here and just take a look around. The beautiful artwork.
We have a store
with local
right next
artisans,
door here.
a lot of local people.
Yes, that has a lot of natural foods in it. There's a big call for that, you know, and they work hard every day and they're open.
You know, I think a lot of people don't realize how much music and art is in Cannon County.
They don't.
You know, there's a lot of local artists here that make really beautiful artwork.
Listen, they had tryouts for Fiddler on the Roof, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. I believe they had 60 people try out for it.
Wow.
Now, that's a big turnout.
It is for a small town.
Yeah, it is.
We are technically still a small town.
Well, but the art center isn't.
No, the art center's big, and it's beautiful. And if you haven't seen it, you got to come down.
And the quality, the talent, and everything is there. It's not small town. It could do well anywhere. We're just glad that it's here. So,
Well, pretty soon, the way things are expanding, you know, Murfreesboro's growing and Woodbury's growing. I think that this building is going to continue to be a centerpiece for Woodbury.
well, I hope so, because it's a good thing. This is one of the good things in Cannon County. There's a lot of good things, but this is definitely one of them. And it does attract people here. And if you've ever gone to their White Oaks Craft Fair, you'll see how many it attracts here.
Yeah, it's nice to just pull in and walk in and look at all the beautiful artwork.
Yeah, and that changes.
Yeah, yeah. And I did a show here with some other local artists, and my art was up here for a while. And every time I come in, it's different art. It's beautiful. I was just admiring all these pieces up here.
They are pretty.
They really are nice.
We have a lot of people, well, everything in the gift shop, you won't find anything made in Taiwan or anywhere. It's all artisans that have items in there, so, and they're proud of that.
And being an artist, I know that most of those pieces are one of a kind.
They are.
You're going to find a unique gift, like Christmas is right around the corner. Come on down.
That's right.
And some of it's very priced in a very nice range where it's not too expensive. You know? It's hard as an artist when you spend 60 hours making something.
A lot of times people, when you have something that you make yourself, they don't consider the time it takes you.
A lot of time.
Yeah,
And
it does.
There's a painting for $60. Well, it might have taken them who knows how many hours.
I know.
20, 30 hours. So the artist is really only making $2 an hour, and then you have to deduct the cost of the paint and the frame
and the
canvas.
rest of the things that go with it. But yeah,
So
a lot
you're
of
really buying a
people
piece
say,
of
well,
love.
that's so high, but then you think, well, it may have taken this artist a week to do that or more, you know.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, we'll have you back just to find out what your next job is.
Yeah. I'll probably have 5 more to add to that list.
No, I want to know how the winemaking goes. That'll be
I'll have to
fine.
bring you some down.
No, I'm not a wine drinker. I'm really not. I never have been. I remember I used to think at Thanksgiving when I was little, my mom and dad always had, what was that, Mogan David wine? I don't even think, I think that's grape juice if I'm not mistaken.
Well, all wine starts out as grape
Well,
juice.
I know, but I don't think this ever took the other step. But I just thought that was the grandest thing when I'd be old enough to drink that. And then when I was, I thought, well, this is awful.
Do you like moonshine?
No, no, no. My husband had some in the garage one time, and he had put something in it, and I was down there digging around for something, and there was this jar up there, and I thought, what in the world is this? It looked like a lab experiment. It had something in it. Well, come to find out it was a peach or something he had put in.
Flavor it. Well,
And I
sure.
thought, no.
Did you ask about it, or did you take a sip and say, oh, this
no.
is peach?
No, no,
Okay,
no.
good.
I did have a tasting at the distillery when I went up there. And that has to be something that you can compare something with. Like if you drank moonshine, you would compare it with something that somebody else made. I didn't have any comparison. And so I told Billy, I says, it kind of tastes like what I think kerosene would taste like.
I felt out of place
I can
trying
tell
to
you
taste
that
it.
I have tasted a lot of different moonshines and whiskey. I do like whiskey. And his moonshine is probably one of the best in the country.
I'm sure
is
it probably
really good.
is. That's what I say. You've got to have a comparison if you know, to taste that, because if
Well,
you
they-
just,
And he has more than just moonshine. He's got Prohibition tea.
Right.
And he's got a
flavors,
apple.
yes.
Apple moonshine. And now I believe
now
he's
they
gonna be
make
making
cocktails
bourbon. Yeah. He's going to be
with
making
it.
bourbon. And you can go up to his place and do a tasting or sit at the bar and have a drink or
Oh,
have a
he's
drink
got
with a
one of the
meal.
most beautiful bars. I think Daryl Fisher made that, and
It is nice.
his restaurant's gorgeous. It is.
I have one of my art pieces in his restaurant. It's a full-length stand-up alone mirror. It's like a bridal mirror. Stands
Oh,
by
okay,
itself.
okay. Well, I will say this. We had a family reunion there this summer, and there was 47 people. And I have to say, and I'll always say, that is one of the prettiest farms in Cannon County. It's gorgeous.
The rolling hills around
You
it are
look
beautiful.
out there over that, and he said, I think I ordered a pork chop, and one of them said, well, they're grown here. We grow these here on the farm. And I thought, I don't see a pig pen anywhere out there. So if there is one, they have it hidden well, because my grandfather raised pigs, and there wasn't anything really pretty about them, I'll just tell you right now.
No.
So
He's got grass-fed beef, his own cows.
he does.
It is a really nice place, and he's got a stage there, live entertainment
It
from
does.
time to time
I
outside
think
in the summer.
you were there for the,
Yeah, I was there doing the Short Mountain Haunted Woods on the last night with DJ
Right.
and karaoke, and had a good old time.
okay.
I think it was
Good time.
last year, my wife was the witch on the stage, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
we had a call.
She missed it this year then. Yeah.
Yeah. We missed it
Yeah,
this year.
they still had the witch out there. It was, they had a couple of them actually. It
Were
was-
they real?
I don't know, they were college kids.
Oh,
getting their
okay,
10
but they were real
used some of the
people.
kids that wanted to get 10 Promise, the
Yeah,
college
Tennessee
credit.
Promise.
And they came out and played some of the characters and stuff. It was good.
Hey,
Yeah, It's Cannon
this is a
County.
good thing.
It's just a wonderful place to be here.
It is. I agree with him, it is. I promote this all the time. I got to go to our next guest, Jerry.
Absolutely.
You're welcome to stay, or you're welcome to leave, whichever one you want to do.
Well, I think I do have an appointment, but
Well, all
I
right.
thank you very much for having me.
Well, we'll
I
have
really do
y'all back.
Appreciate it.
Like I say, I want to see how this goes.
And I hope to see you both
Yeah.
again soon.
Okay.
All right. Cassell, did you think we had forgot about you?
Oh, no, not at all. I was enjoying listening to all of his endeavors.
She was over
Well,
here
he
beating on the
does.
table, couldn't you tell? Didn't you hear her?
And this guest we have is Cassell Davis, and Cassell's been with us before. And she is the director for the Cannon County office of the Child Advocacy Center. My tongue doesn't want to work today. And what's coming up?
Well, yes, I'm the Family Services Coordinator for the Advocacy Center. We're a satellite office of the Rutherford County Center, but I only serve Cannon County here. Don't go anywhere else. I'm able to serve all the families here in Cannon County. We have a Secret Santa program that we're currently involved with, and that is where we have families that need help with Christmas. And so we have other families that come forward, or businesses or individuals who want to sponsor a family, and then we try to match them. It's all done confidentially. I have a really good time because the sponsors drop the gifts off, and then I get to call the family, and either they come and pick them up at my office, or I get to take them to them, because I have several families that don't have transportation, so
Right.
I take the gifts to them. But it's just a really great program. We had the Beta Club at Woodbury Grammar involved last year. They sponsored and shopped for a family, and that was so much fun going to pick up the gifts from them at the grammar school, and they were so excited, and they came and toured the Advocacy Center prior to going shopping, so they kind of understood more about what they were doing. And
Right.
but yes, love doing this. I also, Experience Church does food boxes, and so they give some of those to us that we deliver to our families also. So, which is another thing I love to do. It's fun. Christmas is fun when you get to help others.
It is. And especially if you get to actually see it.
Yes, when you get to see their eyes light up. I've had grandparents that have cried. Last year I had a grandparent who cried. She was raising her grandchildren, and we have a lot of grandparents raising grandchildren. And it's hard to make ends meet, because a lot of them are living on a limited income if they are retired, or some of them are on disability, and so it's tough.
When these children are taken and put in, say, with their grandparents, there isn't an income that comes with them, is there?
No, not usually, not unless they have become foster parents.
Right.
But no, most of my families are non-custodial, meaning that they're not in foster care. And so these are children that were placed with grandparents, because oftentimes we have parents who are on drugs who can't make the choices that they need to make their healthy choices for their children, and they're not making them for themselves.
Right.
So these children are placed with grandparents, and then grandparents are raising them, and it costs a lot of money to raise children.
It does.
One, let alone one, but the lady last year, she was raising two and kind of helping with the third one. And so, yes, So to see people's eyes light up, when you see tears of joy, that just is.
And
is
sometimes you
such
have
a
large
great
families, like
experience.
4 children or more.
Yes, I do. I currently have 2 families that have 4 children, and one of those has another one on their way. So sometimes we split those families up because not everyone can afford to sponsor such a large family. So I will have sometimes people say, well, I'll take the kids if someone else can do the mother, or I'll take 3 and someone else can do mother or one of the children. So we just really try to make it work for the sponsors too, because we're so appreciative of people that want to come and help our families in this community and help the children to have a Christmas and help grandparents be able to enjoy having that with their family
Right.
instead of stressing and worrying about how they're going to pay for
And
things.
actually, the things that you can get for these families, of course, you want kids to have toys, but they have a lot of needs. But you can also purchase things for the grandparents or the parents.
Yes.
Things, okay, laundry soap,
Yes.
dishwashing soap, anything like that. And if there's a baby, I'm sure diapers are involved in that.
Yes, I have one mother who has asked for household items such as laundry soap, dish soap, cleaning supplies,
Right.
dog food and cat food. I get those requests sometimes too. Instead of asking for things for themselves, they ask for those. I have some families that request like new sheets and bedding.
Yeah.
In the category of things they want, because we have a category of things they need, and that's usually clothing sizes and shoe sizes. And then out to the side, it's something that they want.
Yeah.
And I have one family this year that's just requested new bedding for the teenagers. That's what
Yeah.
they want, and they're not asking for
Anything else.
Right. It's the simple things that we take for granted sometimes.
Wow.
And it's amazing how the community of Cannon County comes together, and during the Christmas season, you see it a lot, come together with these nonprofit organizations and stuff, and give willingly, gifts and stuff like that, and match what people need.
It is amazing, and I think that's one reason why I love this time of year, because I get to see that, and I get to see families that come together. I have a family that I've been here since July of 2017, and so I have one family that has done this every year, and now they have involved one of their workplaces also.
Mm-hmm.
So now the business that they work for is also is sponsoring, and they all go shopping together, and it's something that they do for each other for Christmas instead of buying presents for each other. They go and sponsor a family together, and they.
Well, I think that's great. But Keith's right. We have, and like for toys, you collect toys through the year, don't you?
Yes, we collect toys through the year because sometimes we don't have enough sponsors, and so we're able to make sure that children still have a Christmas, but then you also have birthdays, and you have people who move and have to leave everything behind, and they don't have anything, and kids don't have any toys, so you're able to kind of help brighten them up and
Right.
and help them with moving into a new house and having some of the things that children need to make them feel at home.
Right. Okay.
So, but we also take out blankets, clothing, toilet paper, basic items that people sometimes don't think about that people really do need.
No, yes, you do. That's what I've always said about when they talk about a blizzard, if you get a warning that you're going to have bad weather or something, and people run out and get milk and bread. Not me, I get Kleenex and toilet paper. I thought I won't run out of either one of those. And these people, if you can't afford, some of them can't afford the basic things. But that goes along with, there's so many organizations. That's like the Lions Club has been, we have Bill McQuarrie, who is the chairperson for that committee for the food bank, and he has been standing out in all kinds of weather, along with several other Lions members, and they've been collecting food at the dollar market every Saturday. They started this last year, and they've already bypassed what they had gotten last year. Now, they won't be out there this Saturday because this is Lions Club Day coming up. And of course, they have Pancakes with Santa and the Christmas Parade and the Tour of Homes this Saturday on the 7th. And this probably won't even be aired by then. But that's another thing that they do. They also have the coats for Cannon. And that will be if you need a winter coat. If you're a child, if you're an adult, that will be the 13th and the 14th that they will have those.
And I want to say that's another great event. I have families that I have taken there or have told them about it, and they didn't have winter coats, and so they were able to get winter coats there, and gloves and hats. They have,
Right, and socks.
and yes, and
Till we run out.
children and adults.
Yes, and there's a lot of churches that do things throughout the community also. How many do you know of, Keith?
I know several, and of course, the Cannon Courier's doing the soup and the socks gathering for Christmas, and we had somebody come in yesterday and bring us a bunch of soup and some socks to give away to
Well,
people that are in need. And not only that, but another organization, American Legion Post, under Colonel Jim Stone, has put together a very impressive Toys for Tots program this year. We had been in touch with him and done a couple things with him on it. Their distribution's coming up in a couple of weeks. Now, this is already pre-done, but one of the big things that he talked about was the Marines office. They give away toys, and he told me, he said, look, he said, these Marines, they keep us stocked. Even if we didn't have the support that we do, and he's not, saying not going against any of it.
Right.
But he says the Marines keep us well stocked in toys that we could just open us up a toy store year round, but very thankful for the community and the networking and the resources that are available not only here in Cannon County but around the Middle Tennessee area to supply Cannon County with these type of things to make these kids like you said, put a smile on kids' faces and help families out big time.
And nonprofits can't do it without community support. The Advocacy Center is a nonprofit, so what we do is pay for with grants. 80% of it, the other 20% has to come from fundraising or be matched by community partners.
Right.
And so all of the nonprofits here can't do it without the community support and the support that you talked about throughout Middle Tennessee.
And just about everybody gets involved in something. We've got several churches that get involved. We have the First Methodist Church that has a store that you can donate items to, and they do the backpacks for Cannon County children during the school year, and they help people where their houses have burned or something has happened to them, or domestic violence. They give a lot of help to that because usually when that takes place, the people leave with nothing. And so they help to supply the necessary things for them. We also have a lot of food trucks that come in to Cannon County that help with food during the year. But our food bank should be totally stocked by the time the Lions Club gets done with their food drive and Dollar Market, I've got to give them credit. They have just gone overboard about helping with that. And the way they judge that is not to count the cans or whatever. They do poundage. And I think we've already passed the pounds that we had last year, and it was great.
Well, I'll say this, you guys, Woodbury Lions Club has stepped up to the plate because if y'all were remembering, Cannon County Food Bank was in danger for quite a while there.
Were.
And then all of a sudden, the food bank or the Woodbury Lions Club stepped up and got awareness out there, and once again, the community came through.
They're great. That's the easiest fundraising I've ever done. You just stand there, and they have a box and they have Lions Club and everything, and people will go in the store and they may look at you when they go in, But when they come back out, they've got items that they just give you. And I think that's great. That gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling.
And that's the same way with the Child Advocate Center a couple of years ago before Cassell came on board. Nobody really ever paid attention, to the Child Advocacy Center. I always thought that the organization, and it was based out of Murfreesboro, but that was the emphasis of where the Murfreesboro was the emphasis of the organization. Now that Cassell has been on board, it's just, it's turned around totally to where people now know, a lot more people are aware of the Child Advocacy Center.
And what it does.
Yeah, exactly what it does for the community.
She has done well with that.
Well, thank you.
Well, I better mention a few more things. Shopping's not over in Cannon County. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Not over in Cannon County. Okay, I'm thinking I'm through shopping.
No, I haven't even
We're
started yet.
selling things too for Christmas.
What are you
Really?
selling?
We are selling, Keith has on the t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Here we go.
selling the t-shirts that are at the Cannon County Courthouse. We also have black and white canvases of that in 3 different sizes that we're selling as well.
Okay, good.
Do I need to stand up in my old t-shirt?
If you want to.
No, that's okay. I'm not.
They would make great Christmas presents, though.
They would.
I didn't even know you were going to be a guest today, and I wore the shirt. I'm thinking, this is a
Thank
Cannon
you.
County
Thank
shirt,
you.
bam.
Because you get to advertise.
And I was going to wear my little Santa cap that we had for Christmas open house, but I forgot it.
You looked very
Christmas.
Christmassy. Yes, you did. I was proud of you.
Cap wouldn't stay up. It kept falling.
It's a little big, huh?
Thank you for wearing your shirt
Yeah.
today. Thank you. Yes.
Well, Santa did great for that, and he had 2 elves with him, and they did great. And we had the Grinch. And it's so funny because a lot of little kids are afraid of Santa. Well, when you see somebody green standing over there in the corner, they really got excited. But then there were some that they wanted to go to the Grinch before they went to Santa.
And here's another, I don't know if I'm sure you saw the paper, but the Cannon Courier put a big old spread, had a 1 page of full of pictures.
Yes, it did.
Of Santa. And the one that I think the most impressive one, the one that I've heard talk about, was when the Grinch held little Bryce Elgin of Simply Boutiques in his lap, and they kind of looked at each other, and the Grinch didn't even know what to make of little Bryce, but that was pretty funny. But,
Well, Bryce probably didn't know them
the
how
same
to
way.
take
It's
him
like,
either.
who are you? You're not Santa Claus. But I tell you what, the Grinches, they dressed up in full color. And
They did, but, well, actually, yeah, they did. We had one on Friday and one on Saturday.
Grinch might sue him for trademarks or something if he ever found out about it,
Oh, no, it was good, though. I liked it. I like all that. One other event is on the 17th of December. Santa's going to be at the library at 5 p.m. And also on the 18th, the dance studio from 5:30 to 6:30 is going to have a sample clogging class. And the instructor will be Kevin Lovelace. And we have a new dance studio, and it's great. So if you're
located on the
interested,
square.
right across the street from the courthouse on Main Street. And if you're interested in learning any kind of dancing, but especially clogging, that's the place you need to be. The coach giveaway will be December 13th and 14th at the storage unit at the Lions Club building. And then, let's see, what else? There was something else that's coming up.
Christmas gala. Yeah,
Oh, on
Senior
the
Center.
13th,
Yeah.
yes. The Senior Center puts on their Christmas gala, and you will love it. Great tables, great food, entertainment, a silent auction, and it's just amazing to see how the tables are set, because you have people that have great imaginations, and the theme this year is a Toyland Christmas. So, you come out there and just see a bunch of toys stacked up in the middle of the table. No, there'll be some great ones out there. There will be. And you can call the Senior Center and get tickets for that, but I wouldn't wait too long because they usually sell out for that event too. And I will tell you that usually January and February and March are kind of slow months as far as events. The chamber will be having their banquet, their yearly banquet that they have on the 16th of January. That's on a Thursday. We'll be here at the Art Center. Great food. We give everybody a 60-second commercial that comes, so it's open to all chamber members or any wannabes that would like to come to it.
Now, that's a term I hadn't heard in a while. Are you a wannabe chamber member?
Well, you never
You want to
know.
be chamber member, get on board, that's
It's a
right.
fun event, though, and I learned
Yeah.
a lot about other businesses. in
That's right.
Cannon County when
60,
I
you'd
came
be
last year,
surprised
so-
how much you can say in 60
Yes,
seconds.
yes.
I mean, some of them take a little longer, and we don't have a big hook.
We don't have a cattle prod just sit out there and buzz them
And then
with
we
our
will
taser,
have
huh?
a change of our board members and our officers because Gary Hancock has been our chamber president for 6 years. And after 6 years, you're required by their bylaws to take a break for at least a year. And so he'll be retiring off, and the next president has to come from your board members, and that will be Marcia Petty. And she is the director for the Art Center. I mean, for the library. Now, the only one that will be new this year will be Keith. And he's been on the board before,
Yeah,
but he had to go off.
because I had 6 years.
Yes.
That's right.
And so now he's coming back on, and probably as vice president. So you're going to have to behave yourself whenever you get on there.
I'm not behaving myself now?
Sometimes not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys. I think we've talked about everything that I know to talk about. Does anybody else have anything?
I do have one thing. If anyone is interested in being a sponsor for our families in Cannon County through the Child Advocacy Center, you can contact me at 615-563-9915.
Okay.
One thing that I want to talk about, Cannon Courier, that's who I represent. We've got awareness is what I'm trying to get at. We do the ball games, the Cannon County High School basketball games, on our Facebook page, Cannon Courier News and Events. All you have to do is look us up. It's on Facebook Live. On game day, we put out a big promotion game day as well. And these games are actually audio only. I'm doing too much to sit out there and try to swing a camera around, try to follow a bunch of basketball players. So do it audio only, but we have a good time with it. And we've gotten a lot of good response out of it, gotten a lot of viewership, and just want to make the community aware that when you can't find the game anywhere else, or if you do want to find the game anywhere else, you can always have me as an option. So,
I have heard some good things about it.
yeah.
People
We've
are
been
happy
doing-
to be able to
Well,
tune in
that's
and
the
listen.
one event that will be happening after Christmas,
Yeah.
is we still will have ball
Yeah,
games.
it'll be January and February fever leading to March Madness.
That's right.
That's what we call it.
So that's a good thing, because that's something for you to do. And then we have some stores in Cannon County that really go all out for things. I believe that there is one on the 17th, if I'm not mistaken, Sarah and Allie
Yeah, yeah.
Boutique will be having a special event. I believe that's Ladies' Day, if I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
there was a Gentleman's Day, too.
And that was where the gentlemen can go in and shop for their
the women.
wife or their
They
girlfriend.
don't get to go shop for themselves, they get to go shop for them. I see how
That's
it
it.
works.
And
yeah.
they're going to, and they are going to wrap it for you. And then on the 21st, maybe, I think that's when it is they're going to have a one-year bash. So we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas
And I won't see you again till next year.
and a healthy, and yes, you will, a healthy and happy New Year. He just thinks he's not going to see me.
Oh, I know I'm going to see you. I know.